Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Ascolese, the Adventuress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Ascolese, the Adventuress. Welcome back to my podcast. I'm elated to tell you that I had the opportunity, the moment to interview my man, my husband, Phil Bertolo. We talked about his show, CSN Songs. He's an incredible musician. My daughter, Brittany Ascolese, actually, she did most of the interview.
I did, but it was really good. I really enjoyed talking with him.
You did, Brittany. And so I want you guys to listen to the whole thing right now. You're going to be so taken aback. So here we are, Phil Bertolo, CSN Songs. Hey, babe. So excited that I'm interviewing you today on our podcast, the Adventures Podcast.
Hey, it's good to be on the show. What's going on?
This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
I
nailed you down to do this. I'm always chasing you because you're so busy with what you're doing. But so proud of you. So proud of you, sweetheart. CSN Songs, all of your tribute shows that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing so much, and just really thank you. I know how busy you are, and we're both busy, but just really wanted to get you on air. So proud of you for everything that you're doing.
Well, thank you, sweetie.
Your show is really picking up steam. CSN Songs, holy cow. You had this vision so many years ago. And you have to overcome so many obstacles, but you did it. You did it. So I'm going to let you take this ball and run with it. I just want to talk to you about how you did it, how you started it, and I'm just going to let you go, babe. I'm so proud of, because I could talk about you all night long. So proud of you for what you're doing and what you continue to do in your musical industry. So go, baby, go.
Yeah, it's been really crazy. We're doing all kinds of stuff. It's really picked up a lot of steam, a lot of momentum this year. Next year, we're going to pick up even more momentum because it's the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. So there's going to be a lot of Woodstock buzz going on everywhere. And we're hearing it already. And people are looking forward. And I'm actually, we're going to be working on the show. We're going to kind of redesign it a little bit, change a little bit of formatting for the show, and gear it more towards Woodstock for next year. And so that's exciting. We're looking forward to doing that. We just finished playing at the Pat Shop in Long Island. That was a blast. We played with the cast of Beatlemania and Fleetwood Mac. And both those groups were really good. They opened up for us, and it really ended up being a really cool night.
That's giant.
But it's really going good. Everything's picking up nicely. And all the guys are doing great. I have a great cast of characters that are in the show, and everybody's doing a really good job. Same goes the Guess Who show. Everybody's really working really hard, and that should be really picking up some momentum this year too.
That's amazing. And you know what, Phil, I think what we all want to know, and how I want to know, because I've living with you, seeing how the band started rehearsing and everything. How did it start? Like, what was the biggest part? I know music is huge in your life, and it's been huge since day one. Can you just describe to the listeners your journey into the music industry and how it has been such a huge part of your life and how it led you to CSN Songs today?
Yeah, well, you're right. I've been in music forever. My father had a chain of music stores when I was from two to like almost 5 years old, Bertolo Music. Which I've now adopted again for the shows that I'm producing. But from way back then, my father's always been a performer. He's with Jackie Gleason. He was with Name That Tune. He's played with Dizzy Gillespie. I mean, just everybody. He's done all kinds of stuff. USO, Bob Hope. And so I've always been in that environment, as well as my stepsister's Melanie. So there's always been that craziness going on. And so that kind of fed me along the way. And then eventually I just started playing clubs. I was a drummer at first. I played drums for many years, and then I started playing bass and then guitar, and then just started doing the club circuit. And I was inspired to do CSN Songs by a show that Lisa and I saw together, and it was the Pink Floyd Experience in Red Bank at the Count Basie
that
Theater.
was giant.
Yeah, that was really cool. And I got to
Huge.
tell you, there's such a stigma that rolls with tribute bands because Kiss, started all that, and so automatically for a while there, people were considering tribute shows to be corny. And the truth of the matter is, as the original groups are getting older, they're falling off the face of the earth. They're picking up new players. Before you know it, the old bands are tribute shows because there's no original members in them anymore. So now it's a question of just who's going to put on the best tribute show. And so I fell into that lane by seeing the Pink Floyd Experience. And I said I could do this. And I decided to be in that Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young was supposedly on their farewell tour in 2012. I figured I'd have about a year to put it together. And as you probably remember, we did this. I ran auditions 3 nights a week for a year and a half before it was finally together. And here we are, and it's been a long road, but you got to keep kicking.
And Brittany remembers that, right?
I
Because
do.
we had that in our living room.
And the crazy thing is, I was in my early 20s. I was in my early 20s, maybe 21 even. And I was in my room and I'm hearing this noise. I'm like, what are they doing? I had no interest. I'm like, who are these strange people in my house? Like, I don't want to hear this. Like, I was not into it at all. I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't consider it anything. And then just a few years ago, I really started listening and like, wow, I know these songs, even from like movies, like soundtracks. I'm like, this is really good. And I purchased, it's crazy to say, I actually purchased a record player. Rather, no, not purchased. You gave me a record player. I'm talking like I got big bucks over here. So I got a record player and I started buying all these different records. And I bought a Neil Young record. I got all this stuff, and I was so appreciative. I'm like, wow, these are great. Where are they? So hearing your band play at different venues, Count Basie, the Strand Theater in Lakewood, everywhere, even festivals, I grew such a huge appreciation of the music and how talented you are, and everyone that you've chosen through countless auditions. That alone I give major credit for. And that was leading into the next question. Even though now CSN Songs is a huge success and is continued to grow, how was the process of, okay, this is what I want to do. How do you get started? I have to find band members and they need to know XYZ. How hard was that process, finding your other members of the band?
It was really hard. That was a super huge undertaking because, first of all, it's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, so it's got to be played right. You can't go in and play it like you may play it in a club where nobody's really listening. They're all partying. You can pretty much play it the way you want to play it. When you're playing in a theater full of people, ticket holders who bought a ticket to come hear these songs the way they remember them, you better be on the money. And because of that, it took some time to find the great guys that are in the show now. There was lots of ups and downs, and it was pretty crazy for a while. But big shoes to fit. So it took a long time, but everybody that's in the show now really deserves to be in it. They're really good. Everybody's fantastic at what they do, and they're all great entertainers, which is the other huge undertaking about this whole thing, is that you have to find not only good musicians, but you have to find good entertainers. Different animal. And these guys are all entertainers. They're great. Everybody's really good. Both shows, everybody's really good. And I'm really proud of them all. They make it happen, Yeah,
that's, it's when I go see your shows, it's not like it's how I go to concerts and everything. Of course, there's a little logo on the drums or something, but it's like an experience. There's posters, there's candles, there's just, it's so cool. It's like you're going back like to Woodstock. I wasn't born around that time, but I heard it was lovely. It was just a part, it's the whole experience you're stepping into. And that's so cool. And I just wish more people my age would appreciate that kind of music. So, it's good that, CSN Songs is here to show, this is them, this is how powerful the music is. And they have such amazing stories behind each songs, which is really, really nice. And during the show, you explain, like, you tell stories. Like, I love that.
Yeah, these guys have amazing history through their experience working together and working alone and working in teams and drugs and jail and guns and all kinds of things, and especially David Crosby. But they got past all that and really came out shiny on this side. They're all doing really good, all of them.
Yeah, that's so amazing. Now, when you were saying it took a long time to find the perfect guys, vocals, guitar, drums, what did you ever have a moment where you're like, this is never going to be perfect, this is never going to be how I want it to be? Like, were you at that space? Were you at that headspace? And if you were there, how did you get out of it?
You know what? It's funny. Every time it got to that place where this is not right, this isn't the way it's got to be, I just made a change. It was never, this is the end all here. I can't do this because of this. It was always, this doesn't work, so this gets changed. And that's what you have to do, and that's why, it's tough sometimes because through the process, I met a lot of really nice guys, great musicians. And, when things don't work out, it's a shame, when you got to make a change. But, if you're keeping the eye on the ball and you're trying to get a production together, that's just kind of what you got to do. That's the nature of the beast. But there was a whole lot of that, a whole lot of switching people. And, I think now is probably the most stable that the show has been. Everybody in the show is doing a fantastic job. I think everybody gets along great. The chemistry is amazing on stage. It gets better every single time. It's just flowing more and more and more all the time. So it's really in a great place right now.
That's great. So to keep you on the right path, is there something that personally motivates you? Like, some people, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't feel like doing this. What is the drive that keeps you going with this band?
Extreme drug use. No, I'm kidding. No, none of that. That's totally unnecessary in this type of situation. You just have to listen. If you're in it, whatever you're doing, if you're in it, you should wake up excited about it. You should wake up excited about what needs to be done next and what you're going to do to try to get closer to that goal or fix that thing or get it going to that point or whatever it is that you need to go. So just the excitement of determination is what really, really keeps it going. And it really, that's what keeps anybody's project or anybody's passion going in something that they're doing, whether it's a career or a hobby or whatever it is. It's the passion of the job. If you lose the passion, it's torture. Then you have to find other things to keep you lined up. Maybe it's bill collectors or whatever it is, you're just or regular bills to pay, whatever. You just do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. But in something like this, I'm not doing it because I have to do it. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And because of that, I'm driven. I know that if my drive were to waver at all, it would just fall apart. I know it would. It would just come apart at the seams. So, all those things together, you just have to keep keep your eye on the ball. That's it. And when you fall down, you fall forward. You learn and you stand up, and then you don't make that mistake again. But you make other mistakes, and you just keep going and going. As long as you can. Yeah,
that's great. And now since I live close by, I know when you rehearse. I know you rehearse, like 3 days a week, maybe more?
Not now, we're not, because we are, we're working a lot more. We're doing a lot more shows. However, I have been also attending the Guess Who rehearsals, which are in Pennsylvania. So we're working hard on that show, which is coming out real strong this year. So a lot of my time has been dedicated to that as opposed to rehearsing with the CSN show right now, because we're playing practically every week with CSN Songs. But after the season, we'll be working pretty hard in rehearsals because we're changing the entire show. We're going to go ahead and change the order, change the choreography, add some more awesome moments through the show, and that's going to take some more time for sure.
Right. Now, the Guess Who, I know this is a band that you manage, right?
Yeah, same thing as CSN Songs. The only difference is I'm not in it. Okay, so I sought all the different musicians that were necessary for the parts. The guy that I have singing, Joe McFadden, practically fell out of the sky. He was the first guy that I met vocally, and he does Burton Cummings better than Burton Cummings. He's amazing at it. Everybody else, a couple changes here and there, nothing major, and it came together pretty quickly. But you just roll, you just go, and hopefully everybody will remain, and it'll be a great show too, starting this year. That's
really cool. Now, is the band actually called the Guess Who, or is it a different title?
No, I originally called the band the Guess Who Experience, and Peterson, who owns the name the Guess Who, is the drummer for the original Guess Who, had an issue with that, fearing that people may think that we are calling ourselves the Guess Who because it's a Guess Who Experience. So, out of respect for them, being that, it is their music and all, and that's why we're doing this, I went ahead and changed the name to Hand Me Down World, which was one of their huge songs, one of their hit songs, and everybody knows it. And that's what we go by now, Hand Me Down World.
That's cool. I have yet to see Hand Me Down World. I will hopefully I'll see them
really?
soon. No, I haven't seen them. I've seen videos online.
Oh gosh, I thought you saw them. No, they're great. This show's coming out really nice.
I think she was out of town at the time. She was out of town at the time. You guys did the both times you were in Freehold. You just did a Freehold event on Main Street, and Brittany was not. Brittany was out of town at the time. Doing her own thing. So so she missed that one, and then the same, like the time before that, I think you were up North Jersey somewhere, and she couldn't. Brittany was doing her own event, so she couldn't be there.
They'll be doing all kinds of stuff this year, but they're really amazing. That's handmedownworld.com if anybody wants to check it out. Our site is csnsongs.com.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's that.
That's amazing. So another thing. So now you're getting, like you said, you're more involved with Hand Me Down World rather than CSN Songs because they're doing more. Now that could really, that's a commitment on its own. So how does that go? Now I'm bringing in Mom into the equation because I know when two strong people have their own business, they, sometimes they tend to stray away from what's important, which is the relationship and staying committed with each other, because it's almost like having another child. You have a relationship with your baby, but you also have one another,
Right.
And how, and Mom, I can bring you into this too. How does that relationship stay as strong as it is between both of your companies that you have?
Well, but our two companies require a whole lot of attention. Both of them. They're both specialty companies. Both your mom and I are both CEOs of our company. If we stop, it stops. So it's we're both in a really important position in our companies as far as being hands-on involved. There's really it's like impossible for anybody to jump into Lisa's shoes or my shoes. It's really impossible. It would be a whole nother thing if somebody tried to. So taking that into consideration, we really give each other, a whole lot of understanding and a whole lot of slack when we need slack. When things happen, they just happen. And we both understand, we're both professionals, and we both love each other very much. So, we have that stability, and understanding, and that carries us, through when it really gets tough. And it does. Our schedules get crazy. I'm coming, she's going,
Yeah.
she's going, I'm
Yeah.
coming. Like,
And it's true. It is so true. And I know he's so nervous about how I'm going to answer this question. No, but it's true. We just
Yeah.
really have to love and support each other. We both understand what it takes to be entrepreneurs, and and to like love and support one another, and brainstorm, and most importantly, we really we connect, and we say, okay, I see this in what you're doing in your shows, and love it, and I'm so proud of you. So you know what, and I'm just thinking about this now. Is Brittany, thank you so much for asking this question, because it is something that you have to, I mean, not fake, because you can't fake it. You have to really be able to
Nurture it.
brainstorm for each other and just
Yep.
say, you know what, babe, I loved your show. I mean, for me, and I just have to speak on my own behalf, every show is amazing. Every single show of Phil's that he does, and I hear him rehearsing, and he leaves a lot to go to his thing. I leave a lot to do what I do. I just came back from LA and with Tyrese Gibson and the things that I'm doing, and he was at another show in I'm saying to Tyrese, my husband is in Long Island and you're here in LA doing your thing, and Tyrese just had a baby. And we somehow, when you love and support one another and respect what you do in your space, it's magic, and you work. Doesn't always happen. But it really, when you love and respect, and you have the passion for, you understand what the other person does, and you not only have the passion for what you do, but for the passion for what your partner is doing, it's a magic that I cannot describe. It's inexplicable. You cannot describe it. It doesn't happen all the time. I love and respect what Phil does. As I said, I every show, I'm on the floor, I'm dancing. He's probably embarrassed half the time, because I'm on, like, almost on stage, on fire, because the magic that he puts on in it, along with the everybody in his band, the band members have just such a passion for what they're doing. And the music, they have such a strong respect for the music. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Just so happy to be in a space that we're both entrepreneurs, because sometimes you don't get it if you're not. If somebody's working a 9 to 5, they may not get that entrepreneurial world that you're in, but we both get it, and we met each other in this same space, so we both understand what entrepreneurship is all about. And that's how, you have to remember, though, I have to bring this into the equation too. It's easy to forget. It's really easy to ignore one another. It's really easy to walk away. And we're talking, this is a podcast that we're talking real life stuff. So it's really easy to forget one another because you get caught up in your own space. Don't get caught up in your own space, because that's when the danger happens. That's when all of the fire and the magic and the beautifulness that you came into it with can really disappear, because you disappear. Your relationship disappears. Don't do that. Just do something once a week. Movies, dinner, whatever it is. Have a conversation, not in your own offices. But we're fortunate and blessed enough that we can remind one another. Say, hey, babe, wait a second. You're in the other room, and I haven't seen you in about 4 hours. What's up? Remember to connect, because you see celebrities on the different shows all the time who just go away. They broke up, and it upsets us. We're on the outside looking up, looking in, and we get upset when celebrities break up, because we think that they have such a magic that. And I know people look at Phil and I like that. They go, "Wow, Lisa and Phil are so magical. I love to see them together." But it's easy to divide when you're not conquering together in a relationship. Am I right, Phil?
Yep, definitely.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
for sure.
That's so good that, a lot of couples don't have that, but now I'm happy that you guys have that as well. And it's a really inspiring thing. Just in general, it's extremely inspiring. So Phil, just, to make sure we're crossing our T's, dotting our I's here, where can we see, like, what's the big thing coming up with CSN Songs and the guests? Oh, I'm sorry, in Hand Me Down World. What's coming up next with you guys?
Well, actually, the Hand Me Down World has got a bunch of tentative stuff going on all over the place that I really have nothing solid that I'm going to throw out there because there are some tentative things, and I'm not really sure. But as far as CSN Songs goes, I highly, highly recommend if you are a Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young fan to come out to the New Hope Winery next week, the 20th. I guess that's Saturday night. I'm pretty sure it is. The 20th. To New Hope, Pennsylvania. The place is awesome. The show is off the hook when we play there. Everybody's
It's amazing, and it's always sold out.
Oh, will be sold out for sure. I'm sure of it. It's a funny venue because it's one of those venues that it doesn't have it's table, so everybody's sitting down. They have awesome wine there for everybody, and it's one of those venues that always freaks me out because a half hour before the show, it seems that we didn't sell out. And then all of a sudden there's a line around the building. And it happens every single time. And I think it has a lot to do with baby boomers don't like to put their credit cards in the computer. I don't blame them. But it's our generation. But anyway, that is the show to see, to come in. It's closer quarters. It's cozier. It's personal. It's nice. It's a party. And it's on the 20th. It's next week. Come on down, New Hope Winery.
And I just want to add this to that too. New Hope is so pretty, and especially this time of year. You need to get a hotel now, by the way. So if you're listening to this, you're listening to this podcast today, you need to secure a hotel because it's so gorgeous this time of year.
Yeah,
in New Hope, Pennsylvania, that it's just, we took for granted that we could get a hotel room. Last year we just said, we'll get a hotel, we'll stay in a place. After you perform, we'll just go someplace. We could not book a space. It's so gorgeous. It's just, the vineyards are amazing. It's magical.
Really,
and the coolest thing too, babe, is when people come to the door, they hear you rehearsing because you're rehearsing just before the event, and people are at the winery and they go, what's going on tonight? And we've had so many people just buy tickets that night, and or some people come to the door and it's sold out because they realize what it is and the ambiance and just the magic of where they are in the space that you're in and just the music that you're playing. It just magically works together. It works together. It
great
really
environment.
Does. It really is.
Fun, wine,
beautiful
party. It's great.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. This has been such a great talk. I've learned so much about you and how many years that we've known each other.
Gosh, it's been like, what, 2-3 years now, I think.
I know, something like that.
I think it's almost
I think it's been like 15
years, babe.
15, almost 16. Yeah.
I know. Where's the time going?
She was a baby.
I don't know.
She was a baby.
Yeah, I guess
You're kind of a baby.
Yeah.
You're kind of a baby.
But anyway, just to wrap this up, if anyone wants to learn more about CSN Songs or Hand Me Down World, I know you mentioned the website before, but can you just mention again how they can find you guys?
Well, the best thing to do would be email. Okay, you go to info@csnsongs.com or info@handmedownworld.com. But the secret is I'll get either one of those emails. So whichever one's easier for you, or you could just go to Phil Bertolo at gmail.com. I'm there too. So that's that. That's the best way to get a hold of us and to find out what's going on. Or if you need any information, it's info@csnsongs.com. The website's www.csnsongs.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Phil. This has been fun.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks
for
you,
having
sweetheart. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
This was awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Let's go out to dinner.
Okay.
Let's do this. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So everybody, that was just a great interview. Brittany, that was off the chain. The interview with my man, Phil, your stepdaddy. That was really pretty.
Yeah,
that
my
was
stepdad. Yeah,
that was pretty good. I was very surprised at some of the questions you asked and how you just rolled into an interview. I
Well,
loved it. I loved it.
You know, I never prepare for anything. I just do what I have to do. And it just, I don't know, it just rolls off the tongue. I don't know. I can't roll my R's, but I can roll an interview.
You're natural.
I can never speak Spanish, but I can sure speak a good interview.
You fake Italian, you fake Italian, Spanish. You look like you're Italian, Greek, whatever. But that interview, I gotta say, I gotta stay on you for a second. I just have to say, I was quite impressed with how you interviewed Phil. Like that was, I stayed very quiet because I was not amused, but just impressed and in love. And I loved what you brought out of Phil. Like you just went with it because I know that you love him. I know that you love Phil and you respect him. And that I love too. Like I love how much you love and respect him and our family and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and that's
I do. And, you know, I really don't express how I feel, you know, to Phil. So it was nice to, this is my way of expressing myself. This is the way of me saying how much I love him and appreciate him and I love his music. I've grown to love his music. So it was a really good moment for me to talk with him. And it was good. I liked it.
You know what, too, Brittany? Like you're so honest and you're so open, and I think that what you give to people, and I'm just going to segue to probably what we're going to talk about today, but how you give people such a freedom to be who they are because you are so that. You're just anybody who knows you and listens to you, from our conferences to our radio interviews. You somehow give people a freedom to just be themselves. And I love how you just not put people on the spot when it comes to love, because you love all people and, you know, certainly you love yourself, but you take people out of a space that they may be trapped and they're not afraid to be them. I mean, they're afraid to be themselves, and you take them out of that space because you're so genuine. You're so sincere. You're so awesome. And everybody does not know how to express themselves. And somehow you bring that out in people, and people who email us and at our at the Inventors podcast say things like that. And you guys have not even, we have not scratched the surface of how many people send us emails. And we'll save that for another time, but because of Brittany and her, like the way she is, and she's genuine, and I think that we try to be as genuine as we can. People ask questions and they say, "Wow, we love how authentic that you are as a mother and daughter, and how much you love each other, and how much you express yourselves and all that stuff, and your genuine self." And this is what comes out of this podcast. And again, going back to Phil and how Brittany pulled things out of Phil that he probably wasn't ready for. But great interview and great getting down to the grassroots of who you are and your genuineness and any business that you're starting. And so, Brittany, thank you for being able to do that. This is giant. Like you need your own podcast. Like,
well, I'm here. This is it.
This is us, and this is genuinely us.
Yeah, it really is.
Not trying to take away from the show, but this is us.
Yeah, and
there's a lot more to us.
That's why I like doing it. I really enjoy doing it.
Amazing, Brittany.
So, since that amazing interview with Phil, I want to get into our week, or your week rather, because I wasn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your big week. I was working, but I wasn't flying to LA. Champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I wasn't doing all that. Unlike someone I know.
Let me tell you something, Brittany. Like, well, you know my life and how much my life is not champagne wishes and caviar. My life is my kids and how much I love my family and just loving the Hollywood all of that stuff. But I loved how Tyrese was with his daughter and his family.
Yeah, so talk about that.
But
you went to LA,
I love
though.
being home with my family, and that's my caviar dreams and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
I love being home with you.
But I'm
number
saying flying
one.
to LA, that's huge in
That was
itself. Yeah, so
giant.
What happened?
What happened?
Bring me through the weekend of what
Can
you did.
let me bask in it for a second? I'm saying giant. Let me bask in the
All right, go
giantness.
ahead.
All right, I'm done.
Okay.
So anyway. So I slept on the flight all the way. Phil took me to the airport. What time was it? 4? I don't know, 3:30. I slept on the way to the airport. Poor Phil. My God. But I enjoyed my flight and met great people on my flight. That's a whole nother. That's next week or the week after. That's the other podcast. But just had the most magnificent, incredible time being with Tyrese and his team and his family and his daughter. And it was so magical that I cannot even begin to express. First of all, Tyrese is such a down-to-earth, genuine guy who just speaks his heart. I was in his L.A. home. I stayed at his home in L.A. and got to meet his beautiful daughter, Shayla, for the second time after we were in Atlanta together. His wife was pregnant, had a baby shower, and just had a baby recently, and Tyrese was doing a concert. So I was invited to that, but I was doing a meeting there. We had a meeting, and I can't give too much away. And so we were in a meeting, and Tyrese was his genuine self, and all of the people on his team and in the meeting were so genuine and so authentic, and just. And I know I'm being very vague, but I can't tell you the whole thing. The reason I was there. So I'll tell you some, and it was just the most magnificent time. L.A., Tyrese, the people on his team, Isabella, thank you so much, and just being at his concert, too, which was at the Forum, and he sang so many of his original songs in addition to many of cover songs, which were a lot of R&B songs. And he sang to his daughter, holy cow, which was amazing. Amazing. His daughter's name is Shayla. And she was on stage, and he handed her roses, and she threw out roses to all of the women in the audience, and she knows how much her dad respects women and all of that stuff, and it was just outstanding. I can't even begin to tell you, like, Brittany, how much actually happened, and so I'll just let you ask me questions because I can't.
Well, all right. So who'd you meet? Did you meet Vin Diesel?
Jeez.
I'm asking.
Well, I did not meet him, but I met Paul Walker's brother. Oh my gosh, Colby. Just down to earth, kind, sincere. What was crazy was he looked exactly like his brother Paul. Holy cow. Met him. He went there to support Tyrese for his conference. I'm saying conference.
We're so used to saying conference.
So met Colby, who was at Tyrese's concert, and that was so crazy. It was absolutely amazing. And he looked exactly like Paul Walker.
Yeah, like usually when you have a sibling, it's not like, because I think they're a few years apart. So seeing a picture of him, it's almost scary. Like I got the chills when I saw Colby, and it was crazy, and it almost like breaks your heart in a way. Like, you know, you have the opportunity to say, how are you? But you don't know him that well. So it's like, hi, how you doing?
You don't know him at all. Like,
no, I know.
Not at
but
all.
like the inside you wants to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so, you know, that
you
kind
feel
of
like you know him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so sad for me, and I didn't even know what to do. I didn't take a picture with him. And you saw the video that I shot because, and it wasn't of him. I was proud of Tyrese coming out of his green room, and he was all pumped up, getting ready to go on stage. So the video that I showed you was Tyrese coming out, and he kept saying, "Where's my daughter, Shayla?" Whatever, because he wanted her to come out with him. And then, of course, being in the green room with Colby, and then just watching him walk behind Tyrese and supporting him just blew my mind. And it was like, it's, again, another inexplicable moment that I'm looking at this kid, and I say kid because he's a kid, and he looked exactly like his brother. And I was like, I can't even ask him questions. He's just there to support Tyrese. So weird. It was very strange.
Yeah, that's really. I can't even talk. It's just like it's like I'm there, but I'm not. Like it's
strange.
You feel for these people,
strange.
even though they're they have all their lives. Now it's been a few years since Paul Walker's passing, but it's like when you see him, like how I saw him in the video. It's like, wow, did this just happen?
So you said to me when I showed you the video, and I didn't mean to, like, I'm not posting.
Yeah, right.
I'm not posting this video. I'm not anything. But when I saw him, and it was just us. I mean, I'm so grateful that Tyrese invites me to do the things that I do with him in the green room, and just before he goes on stage. And I even said to him, I go, do you realize how amazing this is?
Oh, to Tyrese.
I said to Tyrese.
Okay.
I said to Tyrese, do you realize how amazing this is, what you're doing right now? Because I'm the way you are, Brittany. I verbalize and I say things that I think a whole lot of people don't do. They don't verbalize, or they don't say their feelings. I said to Tyrese again, I go, do you realize? He's like, yes, mama. I get it.
He was looking really good, all decked out. It was a really good outfit.
Well, he was decked. But I think that I think that
he looked great.
He did, but I think that you have to also be brought back down to reality sometimes. When you're doing something as big as he is, and I'm not saying that I'm the one to bring him back down to reality, but I'm always the one to say, this is giant. I always say every single time we're on this podcast, I think that being on QVC or HSN or bringing somebody there is such a big deal, or anything that I do. If I'm manufacturing something for the first time, I have such gratitude for everything that I do. I actually just do. I do, because I don't think that everybody has the opportunity to have things put into their lives, and I think that they dismiss things. They're very dismissive of things that they're given in their lives, and I don't know. For some reason, God gave me the gift of just looking at what's in front of you and being grateful.
I think that's what people are lacking is gratitude.
It really is, Brittany. So and I know that even his people are going, all right, Lisa, you are a part of this. You do all of these things. And all of these giant people who are giant are looking at me like I'm looking at Tyrese and I'm going, baby boy, this is huge. And I'm jumping around and I'm acting the way I'm acting. But every single day, I'm grateful for these things. It's a gift when this happens to you, especially when you have the desire and the determination to make it happen. Don't take for granted that this is just going to happen for you, that you're just going to become CSN Songs. And you're just going to become, and I do put Tyrese Gibson and CSN Songs and Phil Bertolo in the same category, or Patti LaBelle, or Dionne Warwick, and all of these people who become who they are. they actually are in the same category. You just have to have that same determination to succeed. Just so I jump all over the place when it comes to anybody who has the determination and the mindset to just keep the love and the passion that they have to get where they're going, because it doesn't happen for everybody unless you are determined to succeed.
Yep. A's men's. That's very, very
That's
true.
A little
what?
Street
Ma,
hashtag.
Whatever. Hashtag,
not
please, Mom.
Grammatical.
I can say what. Ma, I've been talking.
Not grammatically.
I've been talking Ebonics, street, Sylvester Stallone accent. I've been doing everything for how long? So I don't know why you're bringing all this up now.
Since you've been born.
Since you've been since you've been gone. Since you've been born. Kelly Clarkson.
Remember when I used to make you sing her voice all the time?
Yes.
I would be like, your voice
it
is
was
kinda,
when Kelly Clarkson won
your
American
voice
Idol.
is a little better than Kelly Clarkson.
I would
nobody
not say that.
Nobody knows it, but you kind of
Everyone knows it that my
your
voice is not.
It's better.
No,
I'm sorry,
Mom.
Kelly. I love you.
No, Kelly, trust me.
Brittany Ascolese's voice.
Even John knows it because we watch The Voice.
Mm-mm.
No, we watch The Voice, and I try to imitate the singers, and I just can't hit that note. And
You
then
hit it.
No. And then he looks at me like, oof. You know.
Really?
Ma, I know.
Is it because I'm your mom?
Yeah, probably.
No, you kind of hit the notes.
No, there's no notes to hit.
What about me with Natalie Cole? I think I hit the notes.
You hit several notes.
Is that my imagination?
No, you go very high.
I hit the notes, don't I?
You do hit the notes.
So what we'll do to keep people listening is at some point I will sing.
Don't do it.
Not right now. I'll hit notes. This is how we keep our listeners listening. If they think that I'm going to hit a note that Natalie Cole hits.
First of all, if you hit that note on this podcast, if people are driving or something, they're going to crash or stop short. It's not good.
Stop short.
Yeah. If they're in bed falling asleep because they like listening to people's voices.
Stop short.
Anything like that, just don't sing on here. Do an album. Do an adventurous album.
No, but you like my voice, right?
No, I do. I really do. But when you hit those Natalie Cole notes, that I'm not prepared for.
Are you being kind to me, Renee? Like, are you just
I'm just being honest.
Subtle?
Oh,
no.
Perfect example.
What?
You just singing happy birthday to my stepsister.
Ellie, yes.
Who lives in North Carolina, and it's voicemail. So, okay, everyone sing happy birthday. So, of course, we're all singing in the regular tone, and Mom has to go above and beyond.
Did I go higher?
Huh? Like, I don't want to do it on here.
Did I go higher?
Yes, you did.
I don't realize. I
plugged one ear while I was singing.
I think John went a little higher than I did. I think John went higher.
No, you're very loud.
Huh.
John's very soft. You're very loud.
I think John went higher.
He can go higher, but he's still staying soft. You're going louder.
I
don't think people
like
want to hear
Annie?
us talking about
like Annie. Well, I mean, I think they actually do want to hear it.
It's a very inspiring talk.
Well, happy birthday, Ellie.
She's 29.
Is she? She's 1 year older than you, right?
Yes, 29. We're all getting to that age.
Happy birthday, Ellie.
Happy birthday.
Yay. Holy cow.
So
you guys are getting older and I'm getting younger.
Benjamin Button style. We're going to catch up and meet in the middle.
Really?
So, yeah. So back to LA and Tyrese. So you had how long were you there for?
I did. I was there for like 2 days. Did a whole lot in a couple of days. Jeez. And I just like, if any of them are listening, just his whole team, his I hate to say his housekeepers, but everybody who was involved and getting me to where I needed to be, and meetings and all of that stuff, and Deborah Lee, and we'll not get into intimate conversations. It was a great couple of days. When you talk about a power meeting with a powerful Tyrese Gibson and his whole team, it was just off the chain. The reason why certain celebrities are celebrities is because they're so determined to succeed. We talk about this all the time, but hats off to my boy, who I consider my son, Tyrese Gibson, who just is so amazing at everything that he does, and multitasking and just doing things with his daughter, Shayla, and just having a baby and going to his high school football team where he gave a speech and then he did a concert 2 hours later. And I was saying, wait a second, seriously, you're doing a football team speech and driving on their lawn and being able to perform and bring in people who love you, from Colby Walker to all of these people who are there to support. And he recognized and acknowledged every single person who was in his green room who came to see him. And he didn't miss a beat. He looked at every person. So some of the video, I won't show you every video, but some of the pictures that you'll see, Tyrese just did his thing. And I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how you do some things. So I believe that Tyrese,
Really?
between you and The Rock, you got a lot going on. Like, just
Are you comparing me to The Rock?
he's got movies left and right. Once he's done with the movie, he's going into another one.
But
just like how you're going to LA, you're going back to Jersey, you're going to Atlanta, you're going to Tampa. Like, you do so much, and like I compare you to like Tyrese. You're like, oh my God, how does he do it? You do the same stuff.
I do?
Not throwing concerts, but you do conferences, workshops, AOE member parties. Like, you do a lot of stuff that you don't. You know what you do, Mom.
No, but I don't.
You don't realize how much you do.
Also, I have a great team, Brittany. I have you. You're so you. Without you, I could not do any of it.
Got that right.
No, I'm serious. I'll say, but I mean, seriously, that's what. Oh, and I have to again thank you, and I can say it. And when you love your family and you have a voice that you can express. Without Brittany and so many people, and I talk about this on Motivation Monday, and I'm kind of giving away some things, but it's thanking people who are around you, who put you on their shoulders and lift you up and build you up and lift you up 2 hands at a time and bridge the gap between not being able to do something and being able to do it, bridging the gap between ambition and success. Without my daughter, Brittany Ascolese, there's no way that I could do half the things I do.
Thanks.
And you say, no, seriously, because I'll just say to you, I just say to Brittany, okay, so this is what's in my mind. So tomorrow, I think that I want to do a conference, or I want to do a consultation. I want to do something that, and she's like, okay, Ma. And she's probably looking like side-eye at me. I'm sure she's saying, John, my mama crazy.
He knows.
How is my mother going to do these things? How the heck? And then she goes, well, she'll do it because me and John and Phil.
Even if the thing is, even before I was involved or John was involved with any of the equations, you still did it.
I did? I don't even know.
You still
I honestly
did it.
don't know. No, really?
Yeah, you did it.
So, but that's you too, though, Brittany.
No, before me. Before me.
Oh, before you were born?
No, before I got involved. You still got things done. You were going to Princeton University, teaching aspiring young women how to do this. Even before me, you went to Asbury Park, New Jersey, teaching youth etiquette classes. You just kept going and going.
You know what? Okay, so so maybe you can interview me
And
Why would I interview you?
I don't even know. I'm thinking about that now. I feel like I'm yelling into the
You
microphone.
are. It hurts.
I'm yelling into the microphone. Oh my God, Brittany, you're right. So I just love motivating other people, though. I really do. I have to thank my parents. And this is like a roast. It's turning
What?
in this podcast
Like you got an
moment
award?
is turning into a roast.
Into a roast?
I want to just
This isn't a roast.
Well, I don't know, roast. What do you
It's
call
like you
it?
won an award,
No.
and you're like, I'd like to thank
Okay.
my parents, everyone
not
that
a-
nominated me, like
So it's a
the
nomination.
Academy. Whose
I
Academy?
can't even do this with you. Yes, you're right. So I'm nominated.
You nominated
No,
yourself.
no, you just nominated me.
No, I did.
You did. You just said, "Mommy," before I came along and did AOE.
I'm acknowledging your hard work and your perseverance.
Holy, not crap, but almost crap. But I actually did not know that. See, but when you're born to do that, as you are, Brittany, you're also born because you do stuff like this all the time. The stuff that you tell me that you do every weekend, you every single weekend you volunteer to help people from POAC to that's Parent of Autistic Children, to you help people in my organization, AOE, Shelley Barnes. You do things with Audrey Davis. Like, you do so many things. What the heck is wrong with us?
I think it
What
all started.
happens?
I honestly, it's just how we were raised, just hardworking people.
But it's love, I
And
think.
it's
I think
fun.
it's love. I think it's actually, I think it's more love. And you're just bringing this to my attention. You guys are hearing it for the first time live because I never acknowledged this until you just brought it to my attention that
I have a feeling I said this before in other
No.
venues. No, not on the podcast.
no, you always
On other
acknowledge
venues.
Mommy. You
Yeah.
always do that. But I never realized, I don't know what that is, that it's an emotion that you have to help other people to elevate them to a different space. And you're saying you go and go and go. But I don't see myself as going and going. I actually don't. I don't see myself going and doing all of the things that you said I was doing. Did I neglect you?
No, Mom. Either way.
Did I ever neglect you?
Either way, let's skip. So all I'm saying is you do a lot, and that's it. You do a lot, and everyone's appreciative of what you do, and all
I
the
love and
feedback.
appreciate you too, Brittany.
It's really good. And this brings me to a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I believe, should get a compliment. Once a day, once a week. If you like someone's shoes, say, I like your shoes. Don't go in your head, oh, I like her shoe. Everyone craves some type of compliment or attention, even though they don't want like attention on them. It's good for your self-esteem. So you can say to, especially with girls, like if you compliment another girl, oh my gosh, forget it. Like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I think that even with men, it's good to give guys, if you want to compliment another guy, bro, your sneakers, I don't know, bro, your kicks, or I'm really digging your,
Kicks?
I don't
Wow,
know the
that's
slang
nice.
men
I like
say. It's really important to just compliment or acknowledge someone. So, you know what, or say, I really appreciate what you've been doing for me.
agree.
Even at your job, if you go to
agree,
your boss,
Brittany.
you know what, I'm just so grateful you gave me this opportunity. That even opens even bigger doors.
Yes.
Make sure you just leave someone a compliment. It could be the nicest thing. It could be a simple thing. Just, I like your nails. Oh, did you get a haircut? Or, you look really
Acknowledge
nice.
something.
Acknowledge something. Anything. And it will change everything.
The person's life.
It will. It's so crazy. Even when someone said to me, "Oh, I love your workout pants," and I have an issue where I have to say where I got it from. I don't know why. Because no one wants, like, I don't want people wearing the same clothes as me, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but you like when people.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, oh my God, I got it from here.
But you also, you know what I think I want to say to this, Britt? Because you love sharing also. So you're taking the compliment, but you're also giving the person the information so that they can have the thing that they actually
You can look just like me if you go to Old Navy now, workout clothes, activewear, 40% off. Like I try not to say it. Like I make a point not saying, "Oh, I got it from here." It never happens.
Well, because people say that you don't always have to say.
No. The thing is, that could be the end of the conversation. Oh, I like this. Oh, thanks. 1, 2, 3. I got it from here. Like
you can't help yourself.
I can't. I can't help myself.
But you know what, Brittany? I love that
I don't
about
think they care. I think
okay, listen
to
to me. Listen, I love that you share because sometimes people will not tell the other person because
a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't want to divulge where they got
not? But why
it's
not?
Funny. It's just like
because you're going to look better than me.
Perfect example. Seinfeld. Elaine's boyfriend in one of the seasons, Jake Jarmel, had these glasses. These reading glasses. Oh my gosh, I love your glasses. Oh, thank you. Where'd you get it from? He's like, oh, I can't tell you. Oh, you don't remember? No, I just don't want to tell you because I don't want anyone else to have them.
It's like a perfume. It's like a perfume.
I tell people my perfume.
Well, you tell people. A lot of women do not tell.
No way.
No, Brittany, it's the truth. Do you know how many times I've said to a woman, wow, I love the scent of your perfume. And I wait. And they go, thank you.
Yeah, but did
they
you
will
ask? Do you ask what perfume it is?
I'll say, sometimes yes. What? And they'll say, don't remember it. Don't remember what I put on this morning. I wear the same perfume every single day. Usually, I will only do like 2 or 3 perfumes, and I'll share it with all of you. I will share it, but not tonight. I will. I'm just kidding. No, but I will tell people when people ask me what I'm wearing, I'll say I'm wearing Issey Miyake or I'm wearing light blue. Like I say it. I have no problem. Some women, I'll go, wow, that smells so good. They go, thanks. And I'm like, okay, what are you wearing? Well, I don't know.
It is what it is.
I'm going to copy them. And everybody else in the world will know.
It's not like they made this stuff. Like, you know. And if they made it, they would want people to buy it. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, we're veering off everywhere. All I was trying to say give someone a compliment.
Please do.
And also stay gracious and stay humble. No matter where you are to the top, whether it be Tyrese status, whether it be The Rock status, whether it be Adventurous status.
Why am I at the bottom? Why am I? Wait. Why am I all? Wait.
All right. I
Rock, Tyrese, and then if you're at the bottom,
I never said bottom.
You kind of said the bottom.
No, I didn't say it. My hands were going up and down.
But it's radio, so they don't see your hands.
They don't see. Yeah, they don't see my hands. I went Rock,
top,
Tyrese,
middle,
and then bottom was my mom.
I bottomed out.
But you know what I'm getting at. Anyway. Stay humble, stay gracious, keep on keeping on. Keep on trucking.
This is so amazing, Brittany. So we're so up and so elevated and so inspired by all of you who come to our show, and everybody is on top. All of you, all of the people who our inventors, entrepreneurs who ask us questions, please continue to do that. And we just love you so much. And we love the fact that we have this opportunity to share our personal lives with you every single week. And keep on listening. Brittany, I'm going to have you wrap it up, sweetheart.
All right. Well, as in wrap up, I still have more to say.
Okay.
Not for nothing. Just like I said, being gracious and all that stuff. I'm happy how you said before, just telling our story and being so personal with you guys and being ourselves, because I'm really about being myself, and I care about what people think, but I don't care at the same time. Everyone has their insecurities and all that stuff. Just be your genuine self and just learn to love yourself. I know it takes a long time, but if there's one thing, if you want to give yourself a compliment, that's huge. Because so many people put themselves in a corner. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm never going to be this, I should do this, yada, yada. If you give yourself a compliment, like, yeah, I do this. I am this person. I do things that are like this. That could go a long way too. Give yourself a compliment. If you're not a people person and you just can't stand the sight of people and they don't put on deodorant or they have a shirt on inside out or they don't hold the door open for you. Not that I'm referring to things that happened to me in my own life. I'm just saying.
This week or
just
last
give yourself
week.
a compliment. Well, either way, that's neither here nor there.
I think it kind of is here and there. So, Brittany, you're the best. I can't take how much I love my daughter, Brittany Ascolese, who just
You always have to say my last name.
Well, they want to hear you are so special and amazing, Brittany. You are Brittany Ascolese.
All right.
And you're from the Ascolese clan. So you have to be recognized for who you are. One of the best people I know. And just so proud for Brittany to be my daughter. Just my 3 children are the best people on the planet. Brittany Ascolese just happens to be the person we're doing a podcast with. You'll eventually meet Eddie and Gianna.
You'll meet everyone, and you'll see how I'm the Jan Brady of the family.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Are you the Jan? The middle
I'm
child?
Jan.
The middle,
middle child. Eddie is Marcia. Gianna is Cindy.
Okay,
it is
guys.
so true.
Just.
But anyway, guys, keep on sending us comments.
Oh my
We love
God.
the feedback. Really appreciate it. adventurespodcast@gmail.com. Also, don't forget, we're on Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. New episodes come on usually every Monday. We're trying to get them out a little bit earlier because we want you guys to get as much as The Adventurous as possible, because I know it's addicting to listen to, and I don't blame you. I'm amazing. I'm a catch. So like I said, email us and just any question you may have, because we want to know. We want to know what you want to hear, any advice you want. My mom can answer any question. I'll try to answer your questions as best as I can. So just, even give us a comment through Facebook. I know my mother's Facebook, The Inventress, AOE, AOWIE.com. There's so many outlets you can reach us. We have an amazing bazaar going on November 2nd.
Coming up.
Friday, Lakewood, New Jersey at the Hilton Inn. Go to inventingAtoZ.com or AOWIE.com to register.
It is free also, Brittany.
It is
so you have to
free.
tell
That's
them
the
that.
cool
It's
new
free
thing.
to get in.
It's the holidays. We want
Yes.
you to give to others. So we're giving to you. You're going to this amazing bazaar. There's going to be 20 plus vendors there selling beautiful baskets. Get a basket for your loved ones. Get a basket for yourself. Get a basket for someone you don't even know. Because it's the
Yes.
month. It's the next few months of giving.
It's November. Can you stand
We're
it?
in October. I don't want to think about it.
Okay, so the bazaar is going to be in November. So I'm like literally setting my dining room table for my Thanksgiving feast. But it's November, which is holiday season. Kwanzaa, Christmas,
Hanukkah.
It's the time to give and gift to other people. And it's crazy, Brittany. So, yes, please come out. I'm giving you the ticket money to get in. So the money that it would cost you to get in, please take the money, shop for yourselves, give to an organization, give to someone who does not have the money to buy anything for themselves or for their family. Can't wait to see you there. So again, it's Friday, November 2nd from 6:30. From 6 to 10, right?
6 to 10. We're going to have a
6 to 10.
DJ. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff. Also, guys, any review you want to give us, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating because we don't deserve any less. 5 stars, please. Leave us a review. That really does help us in the podcast grow so we can reach more people. It helps us immensely.
What does that mean, 5-star rating?
Exactly what it says. 5 stars.
So it's 5,
5
it's not 5,
stars.
it's not 4, it's not 3.
Well, there's 1 to 5, 1 being terrible, 5 being the best. We want 5 stars. We want to be a 5-star
So 5 is
hotel.
top.
We want to be the plaza.
Okay.
We want to
right.
be all that good stuff.
We got that.
So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today. And I know I did, as I do all the time. And I can't wait to show you what's going on next week.
And we are lifting each other up 2 hands at a time and bridging the gap between ambition and success. Until next time, guys.